Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is on a roll. Well, kind of. Aside from the delay for the finale, which should be happening before the end of June, and will be split into 2 parts rather than 1, which I'm not mad about because I think this is a step to preserve the finale, because they already removed microtransactions from the game, so they're not making any money off of the game right now. So all of this is just to make sure the story is wrapped up in a conclusive way, likely so we can start off on the right footing for the next saga. But that last update, man, it was so good. And the update before that, and the update before that, really, Union Cross has just had banger after banger after banger updates, and it's been a lot of fun reacting to it. It's been a lot of fun anticipating the next Union Cross update, and I am kind of gonna miss it when all of that is said and done, because we are approaching the finale for real this time. I know we've been saying it for the past 2 years, but for real this time, we have actual developer confirmation that we only have 2 more updates to go. Really 1 split into 2, but 2 more updates to go. And we're no longer going to be able to say, I can't wait for the next Union Cross update, it's going to be done. But that Dark Road, though, we'll get to that another time. But I don't normally talk about the gameplay experiences I have with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, but I actually did catch up with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross very recently. I did a long, like, 4-hour live stream with my friends Iki and Noir Lobomber, who helped me a lot with catching me up with the meta of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and helping me catch up to the story. So when the finale does happen, and if they do decide to release at the same time for JP and Global like they did for the last update, I'll be able to play it live on stream rather than watching translations or waiting for someone else to upload it on YouTube and watching it through that, which isn't too bad, but it's a different experience when we're actually able to play that fight, when we're actually able to read that dialogue at your own pace, rather than having to pause and stop and do this and that. But this brings up the question that I've been wondering, since we already fought Darkness, who is seemingly, you know, the big bad guy of Union Cross, and likely the big bad guy going into phase 2, this Darkness being entity, who's the final boss? I mean, is it going to be Darkness again? Was this just one version of Darkness that we were fighting? Are we going to have a Cage 2 situation where we fight Darkness 4 times? Darkness 1, 2, 3, 4... Buff Darkness, Ship Darkness, Darkness in a coat, I don't know. I mean, that's what a lot of you guys seem to think. We did a community poll, and out of 4.5 thousand of you, 57% of you voted for Darkness as the final boss. The other options being Luxu, Strelitzia, Master Ava, and then other. The second biggest option being Luxu, which I actually think is a pretty real possibility, because Luxu, one thing a lot of people are forgetting, and which I will be making another video about, Luxu is supposed to be bequeathing his Keyblade to one of the 5. That is a big deal. We are going to find out who is the next wielder of the Goat of Atonement, of No Name, of that Keyblade. Who is the person? Who's going to fill in that gap between Luxu and Xehanort? Who is it? That's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a major deal. And then some of you said Master Ava as well. Vote for Master Ava, 12% of you. Personally, I feel like Master Ava would be like a crazy wildcard boss, but I don't think it'd be that wild. I more so mean crazy in the sense of there's definitely some options I'd pick first, but Ava would be like a very sneaky pick, like, hey, Ava's still around, you know. Because a lot of people have this interpretation that Ava, after everything, just went this super dark route, went on this dark path because she learned of like what the master was trying to do or wasn't vibing with it. So she took things into her own hands and just kind of messed with everything, which she kind of did by giving Brain the Book of Prophecies, straight up going against the master's orders. So if Ava was the final boss, so to speak, it'd be interesting, but I don't know who would want to fight Ava unless Ava's trying to fight them for some weird, bizarre reason, which wouldn't make that much sense. Because all of the unit leaders are like Ava. Now, not all of the unit leaders like the Master or Luxu. A lot of them seem to think that, or are under the interpretation that they're probably, you know, not against them per se, but they are pawns in their game, and they probably don't like being pawns in somebody else's games. So if they saw the master, they'd probably try to fight. They'd probably try to square up. Now, Strelitzia, that would be cool. That would be really cool. If we fought like a dark version of Strelitzia, let's say like us and Laurium, like the player and Laurium just end up fighting Strelitzia. That would be cool. That would be super duper cool. I don't know what context. I'm kind of convinced in my brain that Strelitzia is going to come back in some way, shape, or form. Even if she's not alive, like physically, someone's going to use her body as a replica. Someone's going, can that work actually? Can like a dead body be used as a replica? That's kind of dark actually saying that out loud. But still, maybe it's possible? Huh. Let's have a discussion about that in the comments. I think somebody's going to use Strelitzia to their advantage or some sort of advantage. I think mainly because of Laurium. I think whoever is our villain, they're going to attempt to use Strelitzia's death, Strelitzia's soul, entity, whatever. They're going to use that to mess with Laurium. And I think having Laurium fight his sister would be kind of crazy, would be nuts. But the final boss could just be a gigantic version of Darkness again. I don't know, maybe we fight Dark Side, but dark side. I don't know what to say. But I overall think the final boss of Unicross is something that I think would be pretty cool. And I am actually kind of excited for that, to see who the final boss, actually is. Because I actually thought the Darkness fight was pretty cool as well. I mean, yeah, I kind of just spammed like my broken metals and supernovas against it, but like it was cool, like doing that fight, having all the union leaders like come in and just help me body Darkness. It was kind of cool, right? I wonder how hard the final boss would be, if at all. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross videos I planned on making around this time. There was a couple I was planning on uploading that I have already uploaded a couple of them before the update came out, which I was planning on having the update come out this month. However, since it is delayed, some of those videos I was going to release after the update, I might end up just talking about like sooner rather than later, and then we could just talk about it again, like reflect on how we were feeling when the updates actually are all done, which I'm going to assume that they're going to release one more update either before the end of this month, so within the next 2 weeks, or at the beginning of next month, and then end May, early June for the second part of the finale. Overall though, I'd say I'm extremely excited for what's to come for Kingdom Hearts in the future. Union Cross is a crazy good story, and I do think it might go down as one of my favorites in the series when it's all said and done, because they have not missed narratively with this so far, and I would love to see this remastered, of course, to experience it in its best potential, to its fullest potential. Based off of what we already have, it's pretty darn good, and I'm not complaining too much. But let me know down below in the comments what your stance is on Union Cross ending, and are you excited for its ending? Are you not that excited? Are you just excited to see it finally go away? Who do you think the final boss is going to be? Let me know down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, you have not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye!